Hey everybody, how you doing? Mark here with Missy, and the here is the Wisconsin-Illinois state line. Behind me is the Badger State Trail, and in front of me is the Jane Addams Trail. And that's what we're going to do today. So right now, see Badger State Trail right there. So right now I'm in Illinois. I just went from Wisconsin to Illinois. I got dropped off at the road just up here. This is actually called State Line Road because it does kind of follow the Illinois-Wisconsin borderline, but occasionally kind of veers off slightly. It doesn't follow it precisely. And that's the case here. The road kind of dipped a little bit south and came around, and it meets up with another road over here, and then it will follow the state line a little bit closer going that direction. So this is our first bridge of the Jane Addams Trail. Oh, we've got some cows over there. Hi cows. How are you guys? Actually, I should say girls. Got a nice little creek down here. But being that it's right next to a cow pasture, I don't think I'd want to drink it. Road is clear. Now, this is weird. This is where basically the trail starts, and there is no parking available here at all. All right, so you either have to be dropped off, or you can park, I think it's about 2 miles north to the little town of Clarno, or Clarno. I don't know how you pronounce it. Oh, there's the Jane Addams Trail sign right there. Welcome to Illinois. Huh, I wonder what that little marker there is. It says A. I don't know. And believe it or not, I've already got a stone in my shoe. There. There. Stone is out of the shoe now. There's a map. So here, yeah, I'll show you on the map real quick. So turn and look at your image so it sees the map. And this is State Line Road. See how I tell you it dips down just a little bit and then comes back up and then keeps going. So Jane Addams Trail starts literally right there, and then you have to walk a little bit down to State Line Road, and then we're going to keep on going this way. We're going to go all the way down to Orangeville. I've got my truck parked down here, so we don't need a ride back. Looks like we only have one road to cross, and that's kind of interesting how that looks. I'm wondering if that's a bridge. I'll bet you dimes to donuts, that's what that is. That's a bridge. Okay, so to get down there, it is, well, according to this right here, it's 2.5 miles. And should be a really easy walk. This is an old rail line, just like the Badger State Trail was. I mean, it's literally the same trail. So we shouldn't have any big hills or anything like that. The path is nice and wide, which is why I brought Missy this time. So if there's a bicyclist or another hiker that comes by, they can easily get around us. Now the Jane Addams Trail, I think, is a total of 17 miles, 17.2 maybe, something like that. And I will eventually walk all of it, but right now I just want to do this 2.5 mile walk. It is a very warm day out. Missy's already panting up a storm. She was panting even on the drive over here. So yeah, we're right around 90 degrees today. There is a little breeze that kicks up every once in a while, so I'm hoping that that breeze in conjunction with these little shadowed areas will make this hike tolerable. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. But we should have a good day today. We'll see what we can find, see if there's anything interesting along this little portion of the trail. And yeah, let's just enjoy the day. All right, there's a little sign, says 17 mile from the Tuddy Crossing trailhead, and that's downtown Freeport. So yeah, I've done a whole whopping maybe 0.2 miles. So turn your camera and look down towards the ground a little bit. You see that little blue egg that's down there? And that looks like maybe a robin egg, maybe? Looks kind of dark to be a robin egg. Unfortunately, though, it's cracked wide open. Alright guys, you guys see those big tall white flower things? I've always thought that was Queen Anne's lace. And that is not Queen Anne's lace. I was actually reading the informational kiosk at the end of the Badger State Trail, and those leaves and everything were the tell that that is actual wild parsnip, and it acts very similar to like poison ivy, poison oak, and stuff like that. So stay away from it. That stuff is really quite irritating, really. You don't want to rub up against any part of that plant. The flowers, the leaves, the stalks, nothing. So around here, if you have to go into the woods a little bit to relieve yourself a little, be very, very cautious, because that stuff, if you get it on your skin, will be, yeah, it'll be kind of severe. You know, if anything, you know, if you have long sleeve shirt, pants, socks, shoes, all that stuff, then it's okay. You could probably go into it. But even then, you got to be careful on how much your clothing is exposed to. And I'm seeing that stuff everywhere. And it's tall. Holy cow. I'm seeing stalks that are probably 8 feet tall. I mean, they're over my head. Oh, look at those purple flowers. Those are pretty. I like those. I have no idea what they're called, but I like them. And I tell you, it did not take long for the green to arrive. It seems like, it seems literally like just a couple of weeks ago, there were like no leaves on the trees yet, and there's no grass growing. And then all of a sudden, boom, here's all this green and lush forest and stuff. It's just amazing. That's a nice looking farm over there. Yeah, looks nice. House gutters are getting a little dilapidated though, but the barn and stuff looks nice. Well, coming up onto another bridge here. There's another post. We saw one at the beginning by the bench. That's actually got a bee on it. I don't know what that means. I really don't know what that means, guys. But here's a bridge. I can see water down there. Yep, there's water. Nice little creek down there. I'm not seeing any way to get down there. I mean, it's so overgrown that there's just no way you're going to be able to get down there easily. I was sitting there telling you that you could start your hike in Clarno. There's a lumber company that's right off the trail in that small town. Oh, there's a better view of that farm. I was so busy talking, I wasn't even paying attention. But in the parking lot of that lumber company, there are signs all over stating that the parking is for customers only. But when I went in there to use the restroom when I was doing the Badger State Trail, I was talking to the people inside, and they said it's fine for people to park there, but they want you to go in and ask first. Don't just show up, park your vehicle, and start your hike. Go inside, talk to them, tell them that you're going to hike the trail, and is it okay for you to park there? More than likely, they'll say, yeah, that's fine. So just kind of keep that in mind. Otherwise, if you wanted to walk this section, you could park all the way down in Orangeville, like I did, and then walk up this way, turn around and walk back. Of course, doing that, you'll double your mileage, and then you'll end up with like a 5-mile hiking day. Or you can have someone just drop you off at that trailhead and then walk down to Orangeville and pick up your car. Or if you want to do the whole 15 miles, you can go all the way down to, or 17 miles, you can go all the way down to Freeport. I tell you, after I did that White River Trail, and it was over 20 miles, I think it was like 22 miles or something. After doing that, I just have no desire to do really long hiking days. You know, I can do maybe up to 10 miles a day, and to me that's kind of comfortable. But after that, I'd rather just call it quits. So to come out, even on this hot day, oh, check out that little building sticking up over the hill. That's nice. So yeah, to come out here on this hot day and sweat for maybe an hour, hour and a half to walk down the trail, I can do that. As far as keeping myself and Missy hydrated, I do have water bottles in my pack, and I have 2 bottles, 2 24-ounce bottles for each of us. And that's just water. I don't have a Gatorade or anything like that. So I think probably around mile marker, I don't know, maybe 15 or something like that. We'll stop, take a little break, slurp down some water before we finish off the trail. There's the first person we've seen on the trail. Kind of makes me wonder where he started. I mean, there's several places you can jump on from the Badger State Trail. So I'm wondering if he started up towards Madison, or, you know, where exactly. And then I also wonder how far south he's going. Is he going to go all the way to Freeport? And actually, the Jane Addams Trail connects with the Pecatonica Trail down in Freeport. So this trail actually just keeps going. Yeah, we had to stop and get some water. Didn't we, girl? Wow, I didn't think the heat would affect her that much. Okay, I think that was enough of a break there. I think Missy drank just about all of her water. Had a couple more bicyclists go by, so this portion of the trail is actually being used a bit more than I thought it was going to be. So how you guys been doing? I hope you guys are starting to get out and enjoy these wonderful days that we've been getting. I've been doing a lot of riding, especially now that I got that new windshield. Oh, that is just amazing how it changed my ride. It really is. On the dog front, something that has changed was that we became volunteers at a dog park that we found. We just fell in love with the place, and they're trying real hard to improve it and stuff. So I signed up to be a volunteer for the dog park. I'm pulling weeds and going on what they call poop patrol. Go around and pick up other people's poop because, you know, not everybody picks it up. So we go around just to help keep the place looking good. Oh, a couple more bicyclists coming. Wow, it really got sunny right here. I always think it's weird to talk when people are bicycling past you or walking past you, so I tend to shut the camera off real quick while they go by. You know, plus I don't want to have them on YouTube if they don't want to be on YouTube, you know. I don't want to have to sit there and stop and ask if it's okay. Yeah, mile marker 16, so we've only gone 1 mile or a little over a mile. And Missy's pretty much already drank all her water. Does that tell you how hot it is out here today? Yeah, look at all these white flowers here. I always thought that was Queen Anne's lace, and it's not. That's that wild parsnip stuff. Ah, amazing. So yeah, I volunteered to be I signed up to be a volunteer for the Paw Print Park dog park. And they have, I think, like quarterly meetings. I've been to a couple of those already. And they have weekly maintenance days on Saturdays. Well, Saturdays to me just don't work. You know, I can go up there during a week, you know, during the weekdays and work and stuff like that while Missy plays around with other dogs and meets other people and stuff. So that's what I do. And they gave me a special little shovel tool type thing to help take out some of the weeds, some of the undesirable plants. It actually severs the roots, so it kills off the weed instead of, you know, trying to dig it up and all this other stuff. You just put the shovel right towards the base of the plant, stomp on it, let it go in 2-3 inches into the dirt, and that's it. That's all you have to do. And they've been working hard on cleaning up that dog park and getting all these invasive species weeds out of the park. And it's actually kind of fun when you get out there in mid-late summer and you can actually see a line from what they have worked on to what needs to be worked on. And yeah, it's kind of funny to actually look at. But we fell in love with this park so much that not only did I become a volunteer, but I also adopted one section. I think we have section number 12. And it is up to us to keep the weeds at bay and work on it and stuff like that. But we also grow our own seedling plants. We have our own little garden section, and we go around and we collect the seeds in the autumn, and we can sprinkle seeds around our areas. So if we want to see a particular type of plant within our area, we can take seeds from that plant and actually spread them around a little bit, and hopefully they'll take root and grow. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. We go up there 2, 3, maybe even 4 times a week. I've worked anywhere between an hour and 2, actually. We just did 2 hours the other day. It was actually a really nice day. It only peaked out around 80 degrees. So, yeah, we got in some good working time there. Another bridge here. Got a little creek under there. Again, I'm not really seeing much of an access to get down there and get some water. A couple of birds. But, yeah, you might be able to get down right through here on the side and come down that way. But again, the amount of distance we're doing today, I'm not too worried about it. Oh, and here's a helpful hint or a tip or whatever you want to call it. And if you're going to be going out in hot weather like this, and you want to have cold water with you before you head out on the trail like the night before, take your water bottles, fill them maybe 1/4 to 1/2 full. Stick them in the freezer overnight and just let that water freeze in that container. And then when you get up and you're getting ready to go, take them out of the freezer, fill them up with water, and that way when you get out to the trail, you have ice water. You don't need to sit there and try to put ice cubes into a soda bottle or anything like that. Just freeze it right in the bottle. So yeah, that's my tip. Oh wow, this is the bridge, and also, oh wow, this bridge is in bad shape. If you look up there, you can see the rebar within the concrete. You can see parts of concrete that have actually fallen off and exposed the rebar. And in fact, look back here, you look up there, that's side railing that used to be up there. Concrete side railing. I'm sure that maybe they just pushed that off when they put the new stuff on, but that to me is kind of scary. Of course, full of graffiti and everything. You can, again, look at all that rebar that's exposed up there on the other side. Wow. I don't want to stop too long because there are mosquitoes and flies and stuff, and that must be a 1/2 mile marker right there. It just says 1/2. So we must be 16.5 miles to the end, or 15.5, because we already passed the 16 marker. So the next marker we see should be the 15-mile marker. Then actually shortly after that we should be in Orangeville. Well, one of the things that I like about this trail so far is the bird activity is pretty good. I'm hearing lots of birds, but because of all the leaves and the trees and the ground cover and everything, I'm not really seeing a lot of birds. But occasionally I do see one fly over the open area above me. Oh, there goes one. Of course, I can't tell what they are. We haven't gotten rain for, well, technically we got rain like 3 days ago, but it's been pretty dry. We haven't had any rain other than that one time for like 2-3 weeks. And this little area that I've been going through right back there, the ground is actually kind of damp and mossy. So as I'm walking and stepping, my foot actually twists on that mossy stuff on the ground. Just wasn't expecting it. I figured it was going to be completely dry and all that, but no, still a little slick. So I got my camping trip coming up. I mean, we're at the mid-early part of June right now. and I don't leave until well, mid-late June. So I need to start getting my stuff together, making sure my packs are ready to go and my gear's ready to go. I will be using that new Hooligan 4 from Coleman. I'm using that tent. I am trying to decide on what sleeping bag to take. If I want to take my REI Radiant sleeping bag, or if I want to take my LIBE sleep system bags. That way I can have a little more temperature control with the bag. I don't have to worry about it being too hot at night or too cold. But that also means that I'd have to pack 2 bags. Don't know if I want to do that. It's going to be weird because I got the new tent and it's actually a little bit bigger than what I used to have. So yeah, I might have to rethink on how I want to pack stuff up. But I'll make it work. I'm actually thinking I might need to do another water stop. Like I said, Missy pretty much drank all her water already. I was surprised with that. And the bottles that I partially froze, overnight in the freezer, that ice is actually still quite solid. It has not melted away yet, but I mean, hell, we've only been out here for what, 30 minutes or so? So yeah, it kind of doesn't surprise me that it's not completely melted. Oh, speaking of which, I was sitting there telling you the tip on the bottles and everything on freezing them. What's nice though is that if you put them to where they're going to be here, I'll turn you like that. Turn them to where the bottles are right next to your back. That way, when you're hiking, those cold water bottles are up against the small of your back, keeping you kind of cool. It's nice. Oh, here's a nice view of some fields here. Corn's coming up. Here's some more over here. Now the old verbiage is knee high by the 4th of July, and we're nowhere close to the 4th of July. But I would say that it's probably getting close. All right, come on, Missy, step through. She's all tangled up in her leash. All right. I really don't know if we'll have too much farther. I'm actually seeing what looks to be a road crossing way down the path here, but we shouldn't be crossing another road until we get to Orangeville. So are we almost there? We might be. Holy cow, guys. I just quickly looked at my phone, pulled up Google Maps, and yeah, that's Orangeville right up there. It's like, holy cow. Big cell phone tower, radio tower right over there. Nice big farm off to our right up there on the hill. That looks kind of nice. Building's looking good shape. I would say that's a completely functional farm up there. So yeah, if this is coming up to the end of our trail, I might as well start doing a closeout to the video. Let's see. One con right now that I can see about the trail is that at the very northern end off of State Line Road, there's no parking available. So it's kind of hard to start at that location. Might even be difficult on you if you want to try to end your walk there. So you just got to kind of plan a little bit. I don't know if they have Uber and Lyft out here. We're kind of out in the sticks, you know. We're not near Madison or Freeport or anything like that to where they'll be easily able to get to you, you know. Our conditions were very dry today, very hot. Like I said, we haven't had rain for at least 3 days. And some of the mossy areas on the ground were actually still wet. I was surprised by that. And as far as bugs, when I was setting up at the informational kiosk at the end of the Badger State Trail, there were a lot of bugs there. However, once we got onto the Jane Addams Trail, got past State Line Road, I really didn't have any issues with bugs. You know, I don't have mosquitoes swarming around me or anything like that. Oh, look at this. We got mile marker 15 coming up here. So yeah, that is definitely Orangeville up there. Okay, saw and heard lots of birds. Of course, hearing more of them than seeing them. But also walking these backcountry trails, you have the potential to see wildlife. You could see turkey, you could see deer, you could maybe even catch a coyote or something. Who knows? So yeah, you just got to keep your eyes open. Did see, what did we see? About 4 bicyclists today. 2 of them were riding together, and a couple of them were riding on their own. However, I didn't see any walkers. Nobody walked up from behind us and past us, and nobody came from the south going north and past us that way either. So I think this trail might be mostly for, or mostly used by cyclists. I don't know what the rules are in regards to snowmobiles in the winter, because I don't ride snowmobiles, so I really don't know. I don't keep track of that stuff. And I forgot to look at any signages when we started hiking, so I really can't tell you right now. I do see another informational kiosk coming. Yeehaw. It just dawned on me. Look at that bright, sunny area I have to walk through. That's one of the bad things about these rail line trails, is that sometimes you can have a lot of shade and it's nice and cool. Other times it can be completely open like this, where there's not a lick of shade. Whew. Got some stuff over here on my right. You can see it through the bushes and trees there. And the grass is well mowed and groomed right up here. I've got a bunch of bricks and stuff piled up here. I wonder if that might be a city thing. City composting and bricks and stuff for city workers to use. Town, it's not really a big city. But then again, maybe the building right here, maybe they do landscaping or something. Is there some more bricks and stuff right over there? Got some silos over there. I have no idea what those are, those big white silos. I have no clue. That little, well, it's not little, that gray building has like a little shed attached to it, and it says Haunted Mill. There's like a little ghosty thing on the corner of it and whatever. Looks like an old road going down that way. Oh, cool. That's actually an old bridge over there. Looks like it's been decommissioned for a long time. And old railroad ties. It looks like all busted up and worn out. Now, right past this gray building, you can see that pavilion there, full of picnic tables and stuff. And just beyond that is where I parked. There's a little parking lot over there. And there's my blue truck. But Missy and I are going to go to that pavilion. She can drink down the rest of the water. And just across the way are a couple of gas stations and stuff. I'm going to get something for myself to drink on the way home. I'll let her finish off all the water. So we have reached the end of our trail today. This is Orangeville. This is where I'll start next time. But for now, let's get some water. You guys be good. You guys have a good day. Always believe you can go out for your adventure, go out for your hike, go out for your ride, cook that new dish. Always believe in yourself.